Hello Virgo, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your weekly read for the 2nd to the 8th of December. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I continue to grow and I continue to love doing this for you. Page of Pentacles dropping out there. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you to all the new subscribers, not page subscribers. You're not on Facebook, Yvonne. Thank you to all the YouTube tower coming out as well. That's come out a lot. And also, if the readings don't resonate with you, you know that you can check out other aspects of your natal chart or move on to another reader. Okay, what's happening for you, Virgo, from the 2nd to the 8th of December? Here we go. I'm going to split there. Okay, oh, lovely start. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles here. Now, the Ace of Pentacles talks of having a brand new start. It's something tangible, very often can mean a new job, a new start because you have the money to do something. But it can be about stability, finally reaching a point in your life where you can have a new start and feel quite comfortable about moving ahead. Maybe you're at the time of your life where you know, are really very comfortable with who you are and you're finding a new stability here. So the first card we have out is Temperance. Now, the Temperance card talks of having balance. Now, she's beautiful and she's come out in nearly every reading this morning. So everybody's finding this real sense of knowing who they are and standing in their space. And I like that a lot. With the Temperance card, she's very, very even, you see. She has one foot on the ground, one foot in the water. She balances the water, so there's exactly the same amount in every cup. This also talks about divine timing. So if you've been waiting for something with the Ace of Pentacles, a job or whatever, this week we'll see you move forward on that. Okay, so we have the King of Swords coming out here. Now, the King of Swords, it can be an air sign, so we are talking Aquarius, Libra, Gemini here. But it's also about a man who's very logical and direct with his words. I said one day, always a man with IT. This is a man in IT will come through with this card. A man who's in the legal profession, a salesman, people who have to use their voice or their logic, because he's very much about that. I love that in this card he's slightly smiling, so he has a little bit of a smirk on his face. And this is why sometimes people think he's cold and he can be emotionless and difficult to approach. Sometimes he can have that energy, sometimes he can have the energy of a manipulator too. Okay, so the next card we have out is the Devil. And the Devil is a card that has many, many meanings, and it can talk about ego, it can talk about codependency, lust, addiction, all the things about ourselves that aren't perhaps the most gracious way of living. Sometimes it's not, you know, something that we have a hold over, but other times we have the responsibility to address this. Now, I see this coming up a lot in readings lately, and I feel like a lot of people are shedding egos, which is fantastic. Sometimes this can be about working on codependency. So many people are working on that codependency through years of being trained in how to be codependent. It can also be the card of a narcissist as well. So especially now I've got him next to this King of Swords. That's a very, very narcissistic energy. Okay, so then we have the Four of Rods here. Now, the Four of Rods talks about stability. This talks about having, it can be about marriage, can talk, you know, settling down, moving in with someone. But it's sort of the card of happy families. And it always reminds me of May Day when we were kids, you know, running around the maypole sort of thing. But very, very happy card, very much about stability. Some of you could have bought a house here. There's, you know, there's some legal dealings here. The Devil can sometimes talk about, you know, maybe not having someone around you you can't trust, especially with this King of Swords here. There's quite a manipulative energy here. The Temperance talks about bringing balance in. So maybe you have realized somebody that you know or somebody that you're with has got this sort of energy and you're ready to move on to find some stability. This is also about finding this balance in yourself. So maybe you've been through a tough time with someone here and now you're starting to balance yourself out. Okay, the next card we have out is the Emperor. Now the Emperor is he's the man. What can I say? He is the man. He is the ultimate man. He's wise, he's wealthy, he's, really understands his place in the world. He's very much a person that you can go to for advice. He sometimes can be a father figure if you have a father in your life that sort of has those attributes that you really look up to them and think they're just so amazing that you're in awe of their energy. That's the Emperor. Okay, and then we have the Empress. Oh, God, this is twin flame here. All right, this is a twin flame reading. So, Virgo, if you've been after someone, I'm going to get to the end and I'll recap it. Rare to see the Empress and the Emperor coming out together like that. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Rods. So, this could be the person you're dealing with. We have a couple of people here, but when I recap, I'll go back to that. This could be how you're feeling at the moment, that you're feeling very much in your element, feeling very beautiful and sexy and passionate. There's an end of a negative situation here. So I already know where this reading's going. This is the end of negative thinking, end of negative cycles, and moving away. So you're moving to something new here. And we have a decision that needs to be made. And I know exactly what this is. Okay, so for many of you here, this is a brand new start with stability. You're moving away from someone that has not had your best interests at heart. Now, I don't even want to go there with what sort of person this would be. It's somebody who's obviously very controlling, manipulative, maybe very ego-driven. They could be narcissistic, but there's definitely an energy of all those things coming through here. And you're after this stability. I feel like you're either leaving to look for someone that you know is your one, your perfect. I feel like you're in the place now, and I feel that although you're leaving this energy behind here, you're incredibly well balanced. It's almost like you've already healed through this relationship. So that would say to me this is a karmic relationship that you've just been through. Generally, people go through karmic relationships right before they meet their person because it's getting them ready. It's getting them to understand what they don't want in a relationship so they can identify what they do want. So it's usually somebody being brought together through that energy. But definitely with this 10 of Swords and this 6 of Swords, you're definitely moving away from something in order to find this stability. I feel you feel incredible at the moment. It's like you are really in this place. And I like that because it's like you're moving away from something, fully aware of what you're doing here. Maybe you've had some sort of awakening or idea of where this was going, but you're definitely moving towards something. Now, the only thing is, at the end of this, there's still a balance to be made here and some sort of decision. Now, you're waiting for your ships to come in, so I don't know whether you're waiting for this Emperor to come in, whether you know who he is. Maybe you've put a message out to him over here to let him know that you've decided to leave the person you are with. But can I say to you, you're definitely moving away from a karmic relationship to move towards a twin flame. Oh, that is just beautiful. I love it. I love it. That's one of the nicest readings I've ever seen, I think. It's just so perfect. It's just what life is all about. Whatever energy you've been in there, it does not look very pretty. So I bet you're glad to move away. But what I really like is that you've already done the healing that's required here to move towards this, which is amazing. So if I can get an oracle card for you, there it is. Okay, so the oracle card that came out is the card of fire. And it talks about letting go of emotional upheaval and embracing the renewal of the present. So this is very much about understanding what's gone before, putting the past behind you and living in the moment. That's what that's all about, and that is what we're supposed to do. So Virgo, there's your reading for the week. Have a great week. Enjoy.